What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while. Work is just super hectic right now with the projects going on for this summer, but here towards the end of July that should kind of taper off, and then I'll get some more free time. I can start making some more videos. But I got a package today from Amazon, and so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start preparing my stuff. It's almost time to get those trail cams out. I've already got 2 out right now, but I'm gonna deploy my whole fleet here in the next probably a week and a half. So figured no better time than now to make a little trail cam video. I've used tons of different cameras over the years, so kind of go through what cameras I like, the features I like about them, and then what cameras I steer clear of. And if you guys enjoy cameras that work, you probably should too, and good customer service. So let's start off here with the camera I got today. So you saw in my last video I have the original SpyPoint Link camera, and now I just ordered a new Link Micro, and I ordered it off of Amazon, and it actually came with this mount. Looks like a pretty cheap little mount, but it should work. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna give this a try. Looks like they've updated the antenna on it, and it's about 1/4 of the size of the original SpyPoint Link. And they're only $149.99, I think is what they were on Amazon. And then of course you got the monthly subscription fee that you have to pay. But I'm gonna go ahead and try and round up the rest of my cameras that I have, because they're all just scattered right now from last season. I haven't even had a chance to clean them up, go through all of them, do all that, and get them all packed up. But we're going down south this weekend, so I'm gonna get everything packed up tonight and hopefully everything ready to head down there. So got a little bit of work to do down there, do some mowing, some spraying, and of course hang cameras. So let me dig out the cameras that I got, and I'll kind of go through the different models and different brands, show you guys. So as you guys can see, my hunting area of the garage, which is pretty much this whole side, is just a disaster. Needs serious organization between now and deer season. But I've got some cameras up here, and then I've got some cameras in this camera bag, and I've got a couple other camera bags, and then I think I have some cameras down there in the scent lock closet. So let's dig them all out. Alright, so I got them all pulled out. I'm sure I'm missing at least 3 or 4. Probably buried in these shelves somewhere, or they might be in the back of my truck. But kind of walk through what I have. So this is a covert wireless camera. This camera is actually Mike's, but we used 2 of those last year, and they actually worked pretty well. Didn't have any issues with it. The battery life seemed acceptable. It wasn't exceptional by any means, but it worked well and had decent service. I think it was AT&T service. I have 3 of these cameras. They are a Bushnell Trophy Cam. I originally bought, I think, 6 of them, and the biggest issue I had with these cameras is this little hole right down here. There is originally a rubber stopper. As you can see, not a single one of them has it on there, but there was a little rubber stopper that covered that hole, and then the squirrels end up chewing that rubber off, and I think it's for an accessory battery pack. Squirrels chew that off, and then the ants climb up the tree, go up that hole, and get inside the camera and destroy it. So other than that, I've had 0 issues with those cameras. They've been awesome. I think they're probably 5 or 6 years old now, and they still work. All of them that haven't had ants in them all still work. The next camera is an older Browning camera. This is also Mike's camera, and it seems to work well. I have one of the newer Browning cameras, and that's actually set up right now out in the timber. And then this camera here is a Reconyx Hyperfire, and it's definitely, you get what you pay for. This is probably one of the most expensive cameras. Obviously their cellular version costs a little bit more, but it's extremely expensive. I think it's roughly $600 or $550. And to be 100% honest, the only reason I have it is because we were working with a television show and we were sponsored by Reconyx, so we got them at a super discount. And so already went over the trophy cam. So this is one of the newer Bushnell trophy cams. It doesn't take, like, it has the blackout screen over the infrared bulbs, where these ones don't. So it seems like the nighttime pictures are better on the cameras that don't have the blackout, from what I've seen. I get a lot blurrier photos with the blackout, but at the same time this camera has more functionality and more options. You can take photos and videos simultaneously, whereas these ones, it's one or the other. You can also take photos and videos simultaneously with the Reconyx Hyperfires. And so the next camera, we have a few of these. I think I have 2 left, and I think Mark probably has 3 or so. But it's a Simmons camera. I think they were originally made with Bushnell cameras and Tasco cameras. But these have also been awesome. So about the same time that we got all of these trophy cams, we purchased these Simmons cameras. And I think they're 7 megapixels. And like all the other lower end cameras, it's one or the other. You either get photo or video. You can't do both simultaneously, but they seem to work well. And then we have Primos. This is the Proof Cam. I think I have 2 of those, maybe 3. And they've worked great. It's kind of just like they advertise in the commercials. Very simple. Simple to set up. It gives you a switch panel here to select your mode, and then your delays and how, or videos. If you're taking photos, you can do 3-shot bursts or video length, and then your delay. So super simple. And then this one here is a newer Bushnell trophy cam. It's also been pretty decent. They haven't been quite as good as these older ones for some reason, so I don't know if they changed something in the manufacturing process. But I originally had 4 of these newer ones, and I think come down to 2 now. I'm not sure where the other one is. And next is a Muddy Cam. I think they call this a Pro Cam. But this thing is absolutely garbage. I would not even want my enemy to buy one of these things. It takes photos and you get pictures of deer, but I tell you what, I've had it where it was a snowstorm, and like you have a picture of a deer walk by in the morning, and then all of a sudden you get another picture of a deer in the evening, but you have 25 sets of tracks go right across in front of the camera with no photos. So I think it misses a lot of animals, and I don't know if it's because of the sensor or what the deal is, but not very happy with those. This is another Simmons camera, and it has the blackout screen, so it's got the same problem as that Bushnell. Nighttime photos, you get a lot of blurry pictures, so not great. And then this camera is Wild Game. I also would not recommend Wild Game cameras to even my worst enemy. They're just garbage. I mean, super cheap. Obviously you get what you pay for. They don't cost a lot of money, but pretty much all of them that I have were given to me as gifts, which is fine. I like to have as many cameras as possible, cover as much ground as possible, but they are just garbage. So I've got this one, and then I've also got, I don't even remember the model, but it's gray and it's kind of a similar size to this. And then I've got 2 of these lights out Wild Game cameras, and the lights out ones were probably the best out of all of them, but still very inconsistent at best. And then this is another Reconyx. I think this is the no, this is the Hyperfire. This is the Ultrafire. Yep. So it's the Hyperfire. It's kind of the same deal as the Hyperfire. They say the Hyperfire has quicker trigger speeds, longer battery life, etc., etc. But from what I've seen, they were pretty similar. And then we've talked about these two already, and now we have the Moultrie. And I'm not even sure the model of this one. It's pretty old. Probably had it for roughly 6 or 7 years. And it worked excellent for about the first 3 years, but now for some reason it just eats batteries. You're lucky if you can get a full brand new set of batteries to last for a month. So, and you can see this new SpyPoint Micro size comparison to all these other cameras. I mean, it's freaking tiny, so it's going to be awesome. I'm excited about this thing. Hopefully it works good. Everyone that I've seen review them had pretty positive things to say. Super good price point for a cell cam, so I'm optimistic about that. But that's pretty much kind of my knowledge and history on cameras. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments section below. I've used tons of Moultries over the years, from the original, I think it was the D40, some of the first cameras that I got, and pretty much every brand. I haven't used Covert a lot. We have two of these Covert wireless cams that we run on our farms, and they seem to work well. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about them, but I think the price point is a little on the higher side, so. But just keep your guys' eyes out for deals. I mean, other than these Reconyx cameras, I did not spend over $100 on any of these. Obviously this one I did, just got it today, but all these other non-cell cams were all like $70. So find them online store on sale, or you can find them in your local store at the end of season on sale. I found quite a few that way as well. So, but I think that's going to wrap up this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop them below. And hopefully everybody's getting their cameras out and their food plots in. I will have an update on the plot that we were working on over at Doug's house. I went out there last night. I didn't have time to film because I didn't get home from work till almost 7 o'clock, and I wanted to get it done before dark. But I took the ATV disc out there, smoothed it all out. So we're going to let it sit for about 2 weeks and let some of the weeds and grass grow up, and then spray it all off and plant it right after we spray it. So that'll probably be 2 weeks from now-ish. So I don't know when I'll get that video out, but we'll get to see some of the ATV implements in use. So. But now I gotta go mow the lawn. I haven't had time to, and it's starting to get pretty long. So thanks guys for stopping by. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.